Welcome back, everybody, to another wonderful, amazing episode of Elliott's Overtime Escape with your host, the one and only, the great Elliott Maxwell. Elliott, how are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome, Seth, on this wonderful, glorious spring day. It feels like summer has come already, and
it's warm, that's for sure.
And yeah, I just feel like I'm super pumped to get this episode started.
Yeah.
31 already.
Episode 31. 9 months in. It's pretty awesome. All right, Elliott. Should we get started with some news, or do you want to get started with some Disney trivia today?
Start with the news.
All right. What's our first headline we have today?
Vikings have signed wide receiver Juwan Jennings to a 1-year, $8 million contract.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, he's going to a team that was not in the playoffs last year, and
No.
it's like...
But did get second in their division.
And the Vikings probably needed wide receiver help.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big reason they pulled him in is because they lost Jalen Naylor to the Raiders. Because I think Jalen Naylor was one of the best wide receiver threes in the league. And he left to go to Vegas, so they needed to fill that hole. I think that now they have possibly the best wide receiving core in the league, because you have Justin Jefferson, who's the best receiver in the NFC by a lot. And then your two is Jordan Addison, who's proved to be one of the best wide receiver twos in the league, maybe below like T. Higgins, but Jordan Addison, amazing deep threat. And then you're bringing in Juwan Jennings, a guy that had 9 touchdowns last year.
With the 49ers.
I think that it's one of the best, wide receiver rooms in the league. And then if you look at the offense,
and Juwan Jennings is staying in the NFC.
Yeah, and if you look at like the general offense, you have a proven tight end talent as well, and then you also have, an okay run game. So I think the Vikings offense could take a big leap this year, and I deeply disagree with them being put at like 28 on power rankings, like below the Browns. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, even though the Broncos got 14th in travel, in how much travel the Broncos will be going all. Broncos are in 14th in travel. In like the amount of miles.
Oh, and the amount so they're like middle of the pack.
Yeah. I would have wished the Broncos would have been higher on the travels, but...
You want them to travel more?
Or like a little bit more.
A little bit more, interesting, okay.
But not, but like, but like probably like higher up, but not as much as like KC did last year. But I want Denver to but like Denver's in the middle of pack. Yeah, hopefully we're below the Bears for whatever reason. We're
In amount of travels?
We're like above the Bears.
Okay.
In the
Are you talking about like how many miles will each of the NFL teams go? Carolina Panthers traveling the least. Let's see. Are the Broncos at number 14? Oh, there's 12. The Raiders.
Where?
Broncos 14.
19,000 miles.
90,000 miles. Yeah, I mean, this is just like an objective thing. It's not like this has no bearing on how good a team is necessarily going to be.
Yeah, but why is the 49ers at number one when the 49ers are like the team that didn't even make the playoffs?
Well, because this is just ranking teams based on how many miles they're going to travel, right? Not about, this isn't like a power rankings.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with team skill. They're just traveling 38,000 miles, and
Broncos are at 19.
who is in 32nd? And the Panthers are only traveling under 9,000. That's all it's ranking. It's not ranking. It's not ranking how good these teams may be, right? Because then, why would the Bears be in the 30th? That wouldn't make any sense. So that's just basing it on
how many miles each team will be going for.
Yeah.
It's like the same length of time as last year. We had the Broncos at 19,000 miles, even though that we were all like thinking.
Exactly. So it has nothing to do with how good a team or bad a team is going to be. All it has to do with is how many miles they're traveling.
Even though that we're slight underdogs to the Chiefs on Monday Night Football.
I believe it.
Even though that's the away game and not the home game for the Broncos.
Yeah.
Starting away from Kansas City versus at home.
That'd be a big win if they could pull it off.
And especially do an upset on the division rivals and then end a season at home against KC.
Yeah. Alright.
So next news
So I wanted to pull up, since we were talking about travel distance, I wanted to pull up the international games for this year. And this is part of why, right? Because I think our top two were the Rams and the 49ers. And you'll see why here in a second. Yeah, our top two are the Rams and the 49ers. And it's just because they have a game in Australia.
On Thursday, September 10th, which would be like evening here, or evening in it would be morning in Australia, or it would be morning here. It would be like it's going to be a weird time.
Well, it looks like it's going to be at 8:35 Eastern time. So it's going to kick off at 10:35 in Melbourne.
AM for Melbourne.
Yeah, exactly.
Which would be like 6:35 Colorado time for
PM. It's gonna be at a
on normal, Netflix of all things.
Yeah, so it's gonna be at a normal prime time Thursday night football time for the US, which I think makes sense.
Even though it's gonna be evening of the 9th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it would be evening of the 9th for the United States.
Yeah, and it'll be the start of the 10th in
Australia. 17 hours ahead.
Ooh.
It would be
September.
It would be it would be like the Rams and the 49ers have to travel get ahead. Yeah. They would have to leave for a 17-hour plane ride to Australia. They would have to leave the 8th or something.
Yeah, it'll be Friday the 11th in Australia, and it'll be Thursday the 10th in America when that game is played. So it'll be funny. Yeah, that's the week 1 international game. And then the Cowboys and Ravens are playing in Rio week 3. That's actually probably going to be a really interesting game. Both of those teams should be pretty good this year.
Yeah, Brazil, you would have probably less travel time
Oh, for sure, compared to Australia.
Australia's on 17 hours or something.
Yeah, it's a very long ways away. And then the next one we have is week 4. The Washington Commanders facing off against the Indianapolis Colts. And that's going to be in London. Yep.
At Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Do you know who plays at Tottenham Hotspur?
It's Tottenham Hotspur's stadium.
Oh, that's the team that plays there. Okay. All right, week 5, we have the Eagles versus the Jaguars at Tottenham Hotspur again. The Jaguars play a ton in London. They're like pretty much London's home team at this point.
And then they're playing the Texans at Wembley.
Yep, that's the next week. Texans versus Jags at Wembley. That would be really cool.
9:30 a.m. Eastern, which would be 7:30 in Florida. Which would be like 2:30 in the 2:30 for kickoff. Would be like the if it's 9:30 in the morning Eastern.
Be early. Are you gonna get up to watch that game?
On the October for the Texans Jags.
Texans Jags, yeah. Maybe you will, maybe you won't.
I'll probably be sleeping in.
Fair.
Because I do not like waking up early for like NFL games that are like 2:30 in the afternoon in London, 9:30 and 7:30 in the morning.
That's too sometimes early. Making me sleepy just thinking about it. And then week 7, we have the first game being played in France.
Saints versus Steelers.
The Saints versus Steelers. I was right about one of my 2 teams. Last week I predicted that the Saints and Vikings would play there. Unfortunately, it's the Saints and Steelers playing in France for week 7.
And then week 9 for Bengals Falcons.
Yep, that one's going to be in Spain.
In Madrid.
Yeah.
At the Bernabeu in Madrid. Home of Real Madrid.
That's pretty cool.
Bernabeu Stadium.
All right.
Lions, New England Patriots in Munich at the Allianz Arena.
Allianz Arena. That'll be an interesting one. I assume Allianz plays there.
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich, okay. And then here's one I'm really excited about.
49ers, Vikings.
In Mexico City during week 11. This one's interesting to me because Juwan Jennings just signed with the Vikings. He used to be a 49er.
Yeah, and that's like a great to knock out the team that you originally signed for by going against your team that you're on another team that going up against your former team that you signed that you originally signed for.
Yeah, and the Vikings are 5-1 in international games. They've only lost one international game. So I think the Vikings can pull it off. And then our next, I think that's our last one. Yeah, that's our last one. So those are all the international games for the year.
Adrian Peterson to be inducted into Vikings Ring of Honor during 2026 season.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Makes sense. He's a great. He's one of the greats, especially running back.
Chargers agreed to terms with tight end David Njoku.
I remember when Njoku was like the hottest tight end on the market a couple of years ago, and now he's already like he got replaced by Harold Fannin in Cleveland. So I think that'll be interesting. I think that he will be a good asset for the Chargers as they push for a Super Bowl. What do you think? Do you think he'll have an impact there?
I think even the Denver Broncos was even in like talks or in like conversations about it was like Denver Broncos was rumored with David Njoku.
Really? I didn't even know that.
It was
man, and then a division rival took him.
And then we end up at Los Angeles, even though Los Angeles they have their teams are it's going to be a harder time for but like we got hopefully the Broncos can sweep the Chargers this year.
We'll see.
Because we got even though the schedule is releasing for all the teams tomorrow, so we'll find out tomorrow evening. We'll just start seeing like my social media pages are gonna be like I'm gonna be like on my phone in tomorrow evening, making sure that the Broncos schedule is like the final schedule for all the teams is released tomorrow, and we'll find out where all of our teams are going to be and who we're going to play in all the weeks, because we know that the Broncos are playing week 1 in Kansas City at Arrowhead.
Yeah.
But we don't know week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, up until week 18, depending on if we get a couple of home games at the end.
It'll be interesting.
Hopefully Vegas, and then Kansas City at the end.
Interesting.
But like
interesting.
At do away at Vegas, that would be my hope. Is knock off the away games
earlier in the year,
especially at the Chargers. Like the Chargers away game would pay dividends for our season for the Broncos to like get away home.
That makes sense.
For home to like Bills.
See.
Vikings will host true quarterback competition between JJ McCarthy, Kyler Murray.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think Kyler Murray will win the starting job, but it's interesting that they didn't, just hand him the offense. I feel like a lot of teams, if you bring in a quarterback like Kyler Murray, you just kind of hand him the offense. So I think it'll be interesting to see how that competition goes.
Giants, John Harbaugh on potential Odell Beckham reunion. It's got to be right for both parties.
Yeah, because Beckham has played for both the Ravens and the Giants. So it'll be really, really interesting to see. I think it could be kind of cool. Do I think it'll happen? Probably not, but it could be cool.
Chargers offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel sets goal for quarterback Justin Herbert. Own the position in a new way.
What do you think? What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's... Yeah, NFL games are so tough to overcome, especially the Chargers, how they got how the offensive line was went through the ringer for like players got injured.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are going to be a big threat this season, though.
Even though that they won over Kansas City last year and without when Mahomes went down with the injury, and now Mahomes is like somebody that's trying to come back for week one, even though Andy Reid should just put Justin Fields in and then hold Mahomes until you're ready.
Nah, there's no way. Mahomes will be so healed by week one.
He's aiming for September 14th to come out against the Broncos.
Exactly. There's no way that they would schedule a Broncos-Chiefs game with two quarterbacks coming back from injury unless they knew they would both be back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I think both of them will confidently be back by week one.
Yeah. But Broncos, Bo Nix is looking like he's going to be ready for training camp.
Yeah?
Not OTAs, but like training camp in general, like in July.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is like a couple of months. Like by late July, he'll be like full go, like in the.
It's good. It's good for Broncos fans to see.
And especially if we end the season against Kansas City at home on Christmas, if we think about that, or Christmas Day or Christmas Eve game.
That'd be pretty cool.
Like the same way that we end at home instead of going away to Kansas City on Christmas.
Yeah. That'd be pretty big.
Eagles raised more than $16 million for autism research and care programs.
I just thought that was a cool headline.
More teams should be doing this.
I know. I agree.
More teams should be taking more advantage of like helping with like maybe a scenario should partner with
the Denver Broncos.
With the Denver Broncos to like
that'd be pretty cool.
Like have a partnership with Denver Broncos over autism.
That'd be pretty cool, honestly.
Broncos quarterback Bo Nix ankle could return to field for June main camp. Will be full of speed in July.
Yeah. So Bo Nix seems to be back on track with healing. It's good.
Broncos wide receiver Marvin Mims. We're all expecting a Super Bowl this year.
You think so?
I think that's what they're aiming for. They got Jalen Waddle, which means that the Chargers can't like run around us because we've improved on we've got a player on the offensive line, to like help out the wide receivers and it's like top three is Waddle, Courtland Sutton, and like Troy Franklin, with like the others being like you can rotate the wide receivers to like any game, like mix and match the players because we've got a ton.
That'd be interesting to see.
And for the network, Jets running back Breece Hall signing 3-year, $45.75 million contract.
Yeah, I want to say he's like the 4th or 5th highest back in the league now.
Cardinals running back Jeremiah Love signs rookie contract, makes history with $53 million guaranteed.
He has like the second biggest contract, I think, for any running back in the league as a rookie.
Aaron Rodgers likely to play for Steelers in 2026. Quarterback to visit Pittsburgh this weekend.
Yeah, still no word on Aaron Rodgers. I assume he's going to play for the Steelers, but man, it's crazy how long it's taken for him to sign.
And then when I expect after this year to like have, if Stafford doesn't make the Super Bowl, then I could see like a whole scenario of like the Rams, like we could see like the Rams and Steelers getting new quarterbacks in a year.
Yeah.
Even though they've got.
Well, the Rams already got their guy in the draft this year.
Yeah.
Allegedly. I don't think he's really the guy, but they got him.
Yeah, and then I think the Steelers got a rookie and signed their
yeah, in like the third round or something.
Got their quarterback of potentially the future.
Yeah, they got a quarterback in like the third round. It'll be interesting to see. I don't think the Steelers really pose any sort of threat to anyone.
Avalanche leading the Minnesota Wild in the NHL playoffs second round.
Yeah, they're up 3-1, and their last game is tonight. So that'll be interesting. Well, hopefully for the Avs' sake.
Colorado Rapids in 11th in the MLS Western Conference.
Yeah. A little bit of a fall off there.
And Emerson in 12th in the NSL.
Yeah.
Even though that they won over Houston Dash on Saturday 4-1. They dropped 4 goals on the Dash, and now they play Orlando, who's probably coming off of a unfortunate 2-1 loss for Orlando in yesterday.
That is true.
Orlando's probably pissed that they lost to Boston Legacy FC in Boston.
It's really, yeah. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, especially because it's 2-1. They lost 2-1. They lost by a goal, and Orlando's probably mad about that. Losing by a goal away from home and going to Boston.
So they're gonna play with a fire in their belly.
But also Denver's also trying to win and trying to get back into playoff contention, basically trying to get back up higher up in the standings, trying to get to 9th or potentially 8th to make the playoffs.
They need it. They need it bad. They need a few wins to get there, though.
Yeah, only way because Denver's at home at the Sporting Goods Park on Pride Night, and they're probably fired up after winning against the Dash on Saturday. They're fired up, and now the home crowd's probably gonna be there at the Sporting Goods Park, being cheering them on.
I sure hope so.
Because there'll probably a lot of people and then yeah, it'll be great to I'll be watching the game on Saturday for sure.
Nice.
Just so, and then at some point in the future, there's going to be a Rocky Mountain Derby between Utah and Denver.
That's cool. That'll be a fun rivalry.
Rocky Mountain Derby because there's the RSL Colorado Rapids as the Rocky Mountain. There's going to be 2 derbies.
That'll be pretty cool.
Both in the NFL, both in the ML, Major League Soccer and OSL.
Yeah, MLS and NWSL.
It's going to be 2 derbies. Two Rocky Mountain derbies in July.
Pretty cool. Two of them. Are you going to go to either of them?
No. One of them's in Sandy, Utah.
Do you want to go see a NWSL match live someday?
I hope I can get out I hope I can get out to Centennial Stadium when that's like, hopefully at some point. I want to get out to support Denver Summit, and especially because Lindsay Heaps is coming, and Denver Summit's just waking up wins, making sure that they've got enough until the midfield is strengthened by Lindsay Heaps, when Lindsay Heaps is coming after probably Champions League football in Memorial Day weekends, Champions League football, and the last day of Premier League.
Okay, so Lindsay Heaps could be coming soon.
I hope they win the Champions League in Norway. For just to send Lindsay Heaps back to Colorado on a positive, you won one last thing for your team that you're leaving, and then you're returning home as a champion of Europe for the last time.
All right. Speaking of champions, should we get into some Disney trivia?
In question number 1, in Finding Nemo, what type of fish is Dory?
Ooh, a blue and yellow one.
You got the colors right. It's what type of fish?
Yeah, I don't remember what type, fortunately.
It's a blue tang.
Blue tang, dang it.
Question number 2. Hopefully you'll get this answer. What's the name of the island where Moana lives? It starts with an M.
It starts with a what?
It starts with the first letter of the island's name. It starts with an M.
Does she live on Moana?
No. You almost got it right. There's an I at the end. There's
Moana?
Oh. It's like a Polynesian type name of an island. It's not real. It's imaginary. It's like Disney thought of the name and just, it sounds like a Hawaiian island, but it's actually not. But it starts with an M.
Yeah, I don't know it. What is it? We could look it up.
Motuni.
Right.
What was the first Disney film to receive a live-action adaptation?
Can you guess Sleeping Beauty?
No. You're kind of on the right track. It was 1 year post Maleficent. It came out in the same year as Force Awakens.
I do not know it.
Cinderella from 2015.
Shoot. Just hoping.
It was Maleficent, Cinderella, and then, yeah. So you got 2 answers wrong. Or 2 answers.
3 answers wrong.
3 answers wrong. What food is Tiana famous for in The Princess and the Frog? They are...
Beignets, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we got 1 answer right, 3 answers wrong. What's the name of a restaurant where Lady and the Tramp have spaghetti?
La Spaghetti.
No. Starts with a T.
Tony's?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna say Tony's and I was like, there's no way. It's Tony's, cool.
In The Princess and the Frog, Tiana's dream is to renovate what kind of building into her restaurant?
Can I guess a schoolhouse?
No. It's what was there in New Orleans before it was sugar cane. It was a
sugar refinery?
Sugar mill.
Sugar mill.
You got it close. In 101 Dalmatians, what TV show was the pup's favorite? Has a dog. It's like a western with a dog and has
Rambo?
No.
I really don't
it's
know.
Thunderbolt.
It's Thunderbolt.
You really need to go back and watch 101 Dalmatians the next time you're with Kira.
I know, I need to.
You've got a ton of movies that you haven't even gotten started on and from the very first episode. What does Mad Medusa run in the Rescuers?
A group of villains.
No.
I don't know.
It's like a diamond shop. It's like a...
Oh, that's cool.
You know the Little Herman girl from Monsters Inc., but what is her more human name? It starts with the same letter that it starts with N.
I have no idea. Nina? I don't think I'm gonna get it. What is it?
Mary.
Huh?
Mary.
Oh, you said it starts with an N.
M!
Oh, shoot.
It starts with an N. The question that the website was Mary.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
You got. And the last question for the episode: who made the iconic glass slipper for the live-action version of Cinderella starring Lily James?
Who made it? I don't know. It's Saint Laurent. I have no idea on this one.
It's Swarovski.
Swarovski. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy.
Like you never knew that there was Swarovski crystal. There was
not at all.
Swarovski made those glass slippers in Cinderella for.
Yeah, I didn't know that the littlest bit. I had no idea until today. Swarovski made them. I had no idea.
Yeah. Thank y'all for watching, listening. Hopefully you'll subscribe to this channel because there's going to be more episodes to come so just stay tuned. And your host, Elliott Maxwell, signing out of episode 31 of EOE.